Hey, wildlings. I'm going to start coming on here and kind of poking people a little bit because I have been through a crazy healing experience. Hey, everybody, the last 5 years. And it's been humbling and it's also been eye opening. And I want to make sure that I am not deluding anybody because one thing I have been accused of in the past is being delusional. And I'll tell you, sometimes delusion is needed. In a world that seems to be coming apart, we sometimes have to go off into another trance-like state just to calm ourselves. But burnout is something as a society we are all feeling. We are burnt out of having to work non-stop just to meet the bare minimum. We are burnt out from receiving inundation of social media and content and words and politics and all of these things. It is non-stop. We are burnt out from everything. And if you happened to go through the pandemic not that long ago with me, and I do think everybody on this planet did, whether you participated in it or not, whatever side of it you were on or not, that created dysregulated nervous systems in all of us. All of us. There is not one person on this planet that is not dysregulated. And the only people that aren't dysregulated right now are the ones with privilege. And how do I know this? Because I am a privileged white woman. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my stomach. I do not have to worry too much about money coming into my bank account. I don't have to worry too much about my safety. My forest isn't going to burn down. There's not going to be a flood tomorrow. There's no hurricanes here yet. I live in a world that is very bubbly. I live in a world that is very safe. And lately, things may not be feeling safe for a lot of people. You know, if you're attached in any way to politics in the US and you're watching some of that information coming through, it can be very dysregulating. It can send us into fight or flight because we can all see the things that are dropping. There are things that are changing on this planet, and not everybody has the ability to slow down the way that I did. And that is why it is very important for me to do this work for free, because I come from a place of privilege, and not a lot of people right now are sitting in that space. It is my, like, as an act of service to humanity, this is what I want to provide, because there are not many places that we can freely provide acts of service on this planet without having to sign a contract, without having to, like, take some sort of legal piece. There's nowhere aside from churches, and even then you probably have to sign a waiver. This is my way of giving back. This is my way of doing my service to society, for society. I grew up in a difficult world, but I handled it even with all of my disabilities, because I am privileged. I am white. And yeah, I've used social services. I am listed as a disabled being, but because of my privilege, I was also able to overcome some of those things in certain areas. Am I still disabled? Yes. Do I struggle with mental health? Yes. Do I struggle with my autism, and am I disabled by it? Yes. But I am still privileged. And my belief is that it is now our duty as privileged individuals living in a safe environment, not stressed out by just being in the world around us. It is our jobs as regulated human beings to teach the world how to regulate themselves, or we will be continually playing out this cycle for the rest of our lives. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to constantly be in fight or flight. So I'm going to heal myself. Then I'm going to heal my family. And then I'm going to heal my community. And the way that I'm going to do that is by being me and being free and speaking about the things that may be uncomfortable. Like, yeah, I'm fucking privileged, man. We all know it. Come on. I'm sitting here in a warm house with like nice things and my medicine, and I'm privileged. And if you can't see that about yourself, that is the first place you have to sit. If I have time to meditate today, I'm privileged. If I have space to do my yoga today, I'm privileged. It is the first shadow that we should be dealing with. Because if you then realize that you are privileged, all of a sudden the world does not seem like such a horrible place. That I do actually have things in my life that are good. When you recognize your privilege, it changes the world for so many people. And then you start to realize, well, wait a second, what do I really have to complain about? The only thing that changed in me truly is, holy shit, Emma, you really don't have a lot to complain about because I'm privileged. And I can heal from this burnout, but I'm choosing not to. And yes, I have had a lot of help along the way to get here. I did not just flip a switch. I did not just decide one day, holy fuck, I'm privileged and I need to get my shit together. I did not get there easily. It has been a struggle. But let me help you from the other side. If you are triggered by anything that I am saying, if you are even saying, how dare you? I'm not fucking privileged. I said that. I said that. I was in that space. I was in the, no, I grew up rough. I had a really horrible childhood. I am not fucking privileged. I worry about money every single day. Do I really? Does Emma Smallbone really worry about money? Or is it something that was instilled in me by society to think that I am living in lack? So then I am stressed out and overwhelmed all the time, and I don't make conscious decisions. I just panic and I buy things I don't need. And I believe things that are wrong because it makes me feel safe. Well, let me tell you, if you're on the hamster wheel of trying to feel safe and trying to feel abundant, and you are continuing to do the same thing over and over and over again, thinking you're keeping yourself safe, I'm here to tell you it's not working. You're still on the hamster wheel. You're still panicked about money. You're still stressed about what's going on in the world. This week, I was told that we were not going to have internet, that the only company we have really had regular service with for the past 20 years was going away. And when I was dysregulated and when I wasn't in my body, I would have fucking panicked. I would have lost my mind. I would have gone onto social media. And yes, I did come on. I did come on and I said, hey, I'm trying not to panic. But I regulated myself and said, Emma, is this real? Like, what is the worst thing that can happen if my internet goes away? I've done it before. I've lived through that. I've seen that pattern before. Hey, what would happen if I don't panic? What would happen if I look my husband in the eye and go, hey, I know this is going to work out no matter what, because it has always worked out. Has it been stressful? Fuck yeah. But guess what? I was the one creating that stress, creating that overwhelm, being like, holy shit, this is a lot. Well, when you make it a lot, it is a lot. So learning how to be in your body is so important, because that is what kept me regulated this week. As I was told we were not going to have internet, and as I was told that the fiber at the bottom of the driveway wasn't going to be connected until the end of 2025, and I'm sitting here going, I'm ready to launch the most important thing and start talking about the most important thing, and I feel like it is the thing, and I'm not going to have internet. If I was dysregulated, I would have allowed that chaos to overtake my life, to come completely apart. I would have started yelling at my husband. I would have like freaked out that we weren't going to get the puppy I so desperately want. I was going to freak out about all of it, all because of the internet. And something that is completely out of my control. I cannot change how we receive internet. I know that after living here for 25 years. So what I have to do is I have to slow down. I have to look at the situation. I have to go, is it really negatively impacting my life today? Nope. Okay. So then how can I solve that problem? Let's start calling internet providers. Let's start seeing if there is a different solution to this. Radical acceptance, realizing that I am privileged, that no matter what, I was going to survive all of this, because I have always survived all of this, because I have always seen a way out. And when you start to look at your life and you slow down enough and you start to calm your nervous system with all the tools that I'm slowly teaching you, you can actually get to this place where you're like, yeah, you know what, Emma, you're right. But if I stay in this fight or flight place where it's like, oh my God, no, I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to run over here and I'm going to ignore it and I'm going to put my head in the sand and I'm not going to do the things and I'm not going to take care of my diet and I'm not going to take care of my health and I'm just going to say, fuck it. I'm going to eat all the chocolate and just ignore it. Your life is going to be a shit show. As I was gorfing some chocolate last night and devouring some sugar so I could, sugar calms me. I have realized this. Um, it was just this epiphany of we're our own chaos. We're our own chaos agents. And if you want a calm life, you have to look at the chaos that you're creating in your own life. And that if you are living in Canada in this day and age, and you have a roof over your head and food in your fridge, and you know that you have somebody or something that is like, yeah, boop, I'll save you, don't worry. And if you're my friend, I'm one of those people that's going to go, boop, yes, I'll save you. There are people out there that are willing to do that for you. I'm willing to do that for everybody on this planet for free because I know how much it's helped me. And then if you want individual one-on-one healing and motivation and whatever, book me for a session and you get one-on-one straight to the core. Like Nagme, you're sitting on here. We got right to the core of what yours was in the first session. But this is the thing. Use the tools around you. Use me, not in the way that I was used previously, but I am offering you a free course in this community to slow you down, to make you think about what chaos am I creating in my own life, and where can I have radical acceptance? Where can I start to make small, subtle changes that will build up to a lifestyle change, essentially? How can you do that? Come and hang out in the Wild Healing. Come and start talking to people who have experienced it. Nagme has experienced my sessions. Click on our bio and ask, like, what's this shit about, Nagme? Emma talks in these big, airy, fairy concepts that I don't always understand. Ask somebody else. Listen, you're never going to find solutions if you don't start asking questions. Ask the fucking questions. Go into the shedding and do the work. Ask yourself the prompts. It will change the way you see the world. It will make you realize that you are privileged. It will make you realize, what am I complaining about? My life is amazing. I just need to get out of my own way. Let's stop getting out of our own way, letting our wild show us where we need to go. I will show you how to do that, but you need to show up. You need to do the work. You cannot become a wild healer without doing the shadow work first. It just doesn't work. Trust me, I tried for decades. It doesn't work. Face the shadows, walk through the fire, and come out the other side wild and free. That is where we're all meant to be. Some thoughts for today. I hope to see you in the shedding more. Ask questions, people. That's what I'm here for. This is what I do. This is what I was born to do. Participate in it, and the world gets better. Your world will get better. My world will get better. All of our worlds will get better. But we have to accept exactly where we are. Let me help you find a way. Bye for now, wildlings. Go be wild.